the strike zone is changing, not back to where it was.
No.
You know, like I used to kind of joke around a little bit with Fergie Jenkins, and one day he said, guys don't throw strikes anymore. I said, well, man, we don't get your strike zone you had when you pitch, Fergie. But you see this pitch right here, this high fastball. I mean, you look at the catcher right there. He's sitting up on his knees trying to get up there. This guy right here pitches in the top of the zone as good as anybody. And it's like trusting your stuff. It's realizing you can pitch above the belt, pitch up in the zone. Guys are taught so much now to hit and how to get launch angle on that low pitch. And so when you talk about the strike zone, you talk about guys getting rung up, right? What used to happen was when we talk about the Braves, and everybody always wants to talk about the Atlanta Braves. And the reason they were so good, oh, they got this off the plate, they got up this. And one day I was on a plane flight with Greg Maddux, and I said, you guys got everything. You guys got, and he goes, yeah, Ryan, you're right, we did. But when we were throwing down and away, we threw it there 8 times out of 10, and you guys throw it there 3 times out of 10. And what I mean by that is, if a catcher's setting up out there, and I had an umpire behind me, and he's sitting there calling balls and strikes, and I hit that corner, boom. And I throw the ball back. Boom. Now I hit it there again.
Can we get these guys sit behind you like the umpire?
Yeah, let's get around me here.
Because
like
then they'll show you with the vantage point of that glove.
Here, come on
get out of the way here.
And so what I'm saying is, the more times you hit that spot in a row and you're able to do that, the harder it is for the umpire to really judge what is a ball and what is a strike, because they see it as the same pitch. So what I'm saying behind this is, if I'm a catcher and I'm sitting here and I'm lined up, right? And that pitch comes in, it hits my glove, pow, right in the glove. Now, I just decide that I want to throw it just a little bit more outside. Come on in with that glove, pow, same spot. It looks the same. So now I get 2 strikes, and I get out there just a little bit farther, and he throws it again, pow. Those pitches are now balls. Those last 2 pitches are balls. Whereas a young guy goes strike 1, over here, up here, then I hit that spot again, and the umpire goes ball. Why? Because it looks like a ball. But when you're taking a pitch and you're moving it, and you're going incrementally by inches out and out, it's easier to get that strike call. And so what's happening now is we're seeing that with guys going with the high strikes. So just take it back just a little bit, the camera, so we can get the plate here. So if I'm lining up over the plate, and I'm coming, and I'm going up here, that's right at the top of the zone, and he calls it a strike. If I just move that glove just a little bit, that's hard for an umpire to see that. That's hard to judge that. So the more you can hit your spots, and you're seeing that, the guys who are getting the pitches called that are just off the plates are the ones who command that pitch 70, 80% of the time versus the 30% of the time.
And you know this is bad news for the best player in the game, Mike Trout. Because when you look at his numbers throughout his career, he's a low ball hitter. And now up in the zone, it's just if you look at his production, there's not a lot of it up in the zone. He's hitting under 200 this year against pitches that are up in the strike zone. And if the strikes are being called, even against the best player in the game, you cannot pitch low to Mike Trout. You have to feast up here, and he's going to have to eventually make an adjustment. He will, but he may not have to, because pitchers can't hit it consistently. And that's what he was talking about. If you're consistent, human nature, I'm an umpire, you throw every pitch here, eventually, I'm not going to walk the ballpark. I'm calling it. Now, if you can show me a guy that continues to consistently hit a spot, yes, Mike Trout's not going to hit him. Justin Verlander is going to live up here all day long and hit it. But the next guy is not going to do that. You know, so that's the difference maker, is when if he stays within his game, they're eventually going to make a mistake. I just don't think anybody can live up there consistently. So don't try to be a good high ball hitter. You are what you are. You can't just make yourself into something.
You want to work on it and try to get better. And we've watched Trout. We talked about that last week, and he probably will. But don't forget what made you either. You know, if you throw a ball down here, you can't miss. And he won't miss.
And you're exactly right. It all comes down to consistency. The good pitchers are the ones who are going to hit the spots. And the good hitters, they feast on guys who don't. And they feast on the guys who can't command that pitch. So now, sure, we want to pitch up in the zone. Let me throw the pitches up here. Boom, I'm going to go up there. Ooh, I missed right there. Homer. Right. You know, oh, I'm up here. Oh, I missed there. Double in the gap. The guys who hit that spot and then hit that spot and then try and take it a little bit higher, those are the guys that are tough to hit. The Max Scherzer, Mad Max does that on lefties. He throws that ball. If Harold's a left-handed hitter and he's sitting there and I come in like this and he calls for it right here at his hands, he hits that spot. He doesn't hit it over here. If he does, it's with huge run, but he's hitting that spot more often than not. And so what happens is when you're consistently hitting your spot, it's like a guy who paints down and away. Paint, paint, paint down and away. Middle, guy misses it because he's so used to him hitting his spot that he gets away with mistakes. But when you're constantly making mistakes, A, you don't get the borderline pitch called because you're not hitting it very often, and B, your mistakes just become the norm and they get hit around.
Greg, my thought process would be, like, you get the report, this guy throws a lot of breaking balls. Then he better be able to throw it 15 out of 15. Because he's not going to. I'm trusting that a guy cannot throw a breaking ball consistently where you think he might put it. Can he throw a big league breaking ball and spin the ball? Yes. Can he throw it on the corner every pitch? Not going to happen.
No.
It's just not.
Hard to hit your spots all the time.
That's the tough part.